The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
We're back, the four of us! We're complete again! Yeah! Ayan o, may pakita pa ng balikat si Shelly. Just to...
Baka makalimutan nyo eh. May balikat ako.
Okay.
And collarbones.
And collarbones.
And collarbones.
Okay, so for today, we're going to be talking about LGBT rights or LGBT issues. And LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender
Inappropriate
issues.
Yeah,
Ayan. LGBT.
We love LGBT.
And one of the biggest trending topics, parang every night siyang nagte-trend,
Correct.
is this show called My Husband's Lover. And as an avid viewer,
Meron pa kaming Viber group na nagre-recap kapag may nakakamiss.
oh my God!
Anong level?
Sorry for those who don't watch it.
Like me,
yeah,
can
can you give us a short recap?
The very gist of it is that, or I think what makes it groundbreaking, we don't really need to go through the synopsis, but the groundbreaking part about it is that it is the first, if I'm not mistaken, show on primetime television that actually has, in the center of its story, gay relationship. So Dennis Trillo and Tom Rodriguez are the main actors for this. It's just such impressive acting for straight men. Kasi yun talagang ang lambot ng mata, ang lambot ng hawak. They're hindi sila cross-dressing, hindi sila... It's not when you think gay, since for me, I find that our perception of what a gay person should be is very limited. So I think this broadens it. The show gives platform to men who just happen to like men also, but they
don't have to be effeminate.
Yes,
so
exactly.
the title is My Husband's Lover because paano ba yun?
Kunyari, it's a couple. It's a main couple. What's the name of Dennis
Vincent.
Trillo?
Eric and Vincent.
Eric and Lally are mag-asawa. And the husband's lover is not the usual kabit. It's a man who was in the guy's past. Am I correct?
In the guy's past. So they were together before. And then he got married.
And I know that he's trying to make, parang he's trying to be straight, right? Parang
Yes.
he was trying to be straight and then, but fate keeps bringing them together.
Yes. Ganon. Hindi pala ako yung fan siya. Tapos yung favorite part ko, di nagkabugbugan. Basta may bugbugan. Tapos si Dennis Trillo, na-hospital siya. Yung mata niya talagang parang tosino na. Yung grabe sa makeup. My husband, who is straight, talagang
Sana straight kasi.
Watch it.
Asawa kayo.
I made him watch. And nag-tweet siya, nabasa nga ni Bianca ata, na grabe yung mata ni Dennis Trillo, tosino. Tapos may nag-retweet sa kanya. So mula noon, sabi niya, manonood na ako tsaka mag-tweet para may mag-retweet sa akin. Yun lang. Yun.
Okay, I like Twitter followers.
I like what you said about the show trying to elevate the reputation or what our perception is of what homosexuality should be. Because when I took gender linguistics as a class in college.
Wow.
And that was one of the things we talked about na, when you say gay, you think, someone who cross-dresses or yung skandalosa, mga ganyan. But then, there are many types of homosexuality or even gender. It's fluid, there are many versions of it and there are many ways to express your sexuality or your sexual preference.
Another thing about that show, although it's in like a rival network from the network I work in, I have to say that I've encountered a lot of people who work in ABS who have said na it's such a brave thing to do. It's
really
not
is.
for mainstream
I agree.
TV.
Yeah.
And for GMA to take that step, it's really quite brave. And not lang to expand how we see gay men, but parang to talk about it, to even like have it there na it happens or it's happened to a friend, to even put it on the table. It's, I think, one step forward for the LGBT community na parang at least we're talking about it. That's something. That's the start.
And on primetime television, on a major network,
At saka hindi siya yung discuss na tipo, uy, gusto mo si ganyan eh. It's really yung hinihima yung love nila. It's really
Right.
the relationship. Kung yung nasaktan, you know, the things that happen in in any relationship. And now, naka-highlight nga.
May...
Our,
sorry. Finish
yes,
first.
our Eric and Vincent.
Na-excite ako. No, what my
Wait, so sorry. Eric is Dennis Trillo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vincent is
Tom.
Rodriguez. Who's Victor Basa? Another character connected to who?
Oo, wala kasi ako sa TV last. Wala kasi ako sa last week.
Last week.
Okay.
No, what my friend was saying na he is also homosexual, he's gay, but then parang with him naman, since he's very religious, he's trying to be chaste. He's trying to parang he's not in any relationship, but it's a choice he made for himself. But what he likes about it is that it highlights the inner conflict. Because I think he grew up with a dad who kept telling him, you can change yourself. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
revert back to liking women. And what he's saying is, even if he doesn't, parang, like he himself doesn't want to be gay, but then that's really his preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And parang yun nga, the show daw highlights that inner struggle that I think Dennis Trillo has.
I don't know if it's really like this, but I have one of my good friends who's gay. His name's Jet Valle. And I think when I was younger, maybe this is like 10 years ago, but then ako na parang, how is it? Kasi some people come out grade school, some people late, ganyan. And sabi niya, when you were born, did you know you were straight? Parang, it was just, sabi ko, yeah, I was just born like this. Sabi niya, same thing. Parang when I was born, I was just like this. Parang, this was my preference. It's not like, I grew into it, or ano. Parang, did you choose to be straight? No. So, he didn't choose to be gay either. Sabi ko, that's a
That's
great
so
way of
interesting,
putting
yeah.
it.
Putting it.
So, yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
No.
Okay.
Kasi now you're giving me the stage. I'm fine.
Hindi kasi parang you are. Anyway, let's move on to our top 5. So, I think Dennis Trillo has become one of the
Straight body.
iconic LGBT. He has become an LGBT icon in the Philippines. But we wanted to talk about global and local LGBT icons who have broken barriers for the LGBT community. So let's look. Of course, we have to start with Ellen DeGeneres, who is one of my idols. I love her show. I've read her books. I cried when I watched her marriage special to Portia.
That was so nice.
And when she came out, it was something very brave because no one had heard of it, and she was at the prime of her career.
Yeah.
She had a sitcom.
She had a sitcom.
And the sitcom was originally written as a female lead. And it happened at the same time that she was having like that
A
conflict.
female heterosexual.
I'm sorry,
lead. Kasi female pa rin naman siya kahit nag-come-out siya.
Yeah, so a female heterosexual lead, and as in like she had love interests in the sitcom. And then finally he said, you know what, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna use the show as a platform. So what she did was, she made the producers and the writers rewrite it na she comes out as a gay person. And then she coincided it with her own coming out. But what's amazing about it is that at first people were cheering her on. But then when the show ended, all of a sudden, people didn't mind her na naman because they didn't want to be associated with a gay celebrity.
And she really lost her career for some time. Her comeback was Finding Nemo
yeah.
as Dory. And now there's going to be Finding Dory in November 2015.
At what point did the Ellen DeGeneres show?
After Nemo.
After Finding Nemo, definitely.
Oh no, sorry, just to segue to a sort of news item. It was such a good news that the other day, well, it's a tabloid headline actually, that Rustom, now bibigyan na kay Robin, accepted him as a sister. Or like at least,
really?
parang dati kasi there's a
Reconciled na
conflict. Imagine
sila.
Robin Padilla na siga-sigan before, parang he was having trouble
Reconciling with that.
But
ano.
now,
Yeah.
that was the recent
That's
news
nice.
all as well. Bibigyan ng Harry. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, segue to the coming out.
Next.
Is that
Okay.
me? Jason Collins.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course, this was a...
2 months.
Bakit parang computer generated?
Avatar ba to?
I love it. No, yeah, that was news maybe last year.
Parang Photoshop.
Last year, well, this year.
This year. It was
This
in
year.
April.
A few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Yeah, April.
That the NBA player came out to be gay, and I think it's amazing. Na parang I've asked actually a lot of local PBA players or UAAP players na parang what if one of your teammates pala is gay, ganyan. They always say, yeah, it's fine, lalo na pag hindi naman homophobe yung tao. But if nandyan na, really, will they treat them any differently in the shower room? It's different when you think about it. And then, I actually recently interviewed Kiefer Ravena. So, parang I asked him, point of view of a young basketball player, someone like that. Tapos sabi lang niya na he admires how the NBA handled it. Parang it was handled with so much class. There was an outpouring of support. And actually, hindi pala siya yung first to come out. There were some before. There were others before. And there has always been an outpouring of support. So it's so nice lang na parang male-dominated industry.
Testosterone-dominated. I was reading, when I searched for his picture, of course I ended up reading articles about his coming out, and he said that he gained the courage because he was even engaged.
Right, he had a long time.
Yeah, he had a fiance, and he got the courage to come out when his roommate in Stanford before, who is now a Massachusetts congressman, joined the gay pride parade. And sabi niya, how can a friend of mine who's straight have the courage to express his support openly? Tas ako, I can't even speak up for myself. So that's what inspired him to come out.
Ako, I have yet to, siguro I don't know if in my wildest dreams, in our generation, ba tayo makakita ng local athlete who will come out, but that would be such a...
We'll be backing you up.
I think there will be a major outpouring of support, but there will also be a lot of
critics.
Yeah.
In the side.
Okay, next. Angelina Jolie, of course, who has expressed her bisexuality, and she had a girlfriend, a co-star, Jenny, I forgot her last name, but that was several years ago.
And diba they didn't want
Jennifer Lopez. Nag-invento.
Gumawa ng bagong headline. Oh, what are you saying?
No,
Sorry.
parang they made a stand not to get married until same-sex marriage is legalized.
Yes. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie made a stand. Yun nga, that same-sex marriage and... ano ba yung mga... Oh, yun lang yata. Yun lang.
Parang for them kasi if it's a right denied for others, why should they enjoy it? Parang ganun.
Grabe yung Brangelina, no?
Grabe sila.
Ang dami nilang naiisip.
Oo nga.
Dami ng paandar.
No, the LGBT community said, no, go ahead, get married. We're fine with getting married.
Go lang.
Oh, parang,
Darating kami dyan.
But I would turn lesbian for her, I must say.
Uy.
She's so hot.
Super.
How can you not
Ako maybe one
night stand?
Kasi tapos sasabihin ko one night, parang bitin.
Hindi ko siya gugustuhin
Hindi pa naman maximize.
Parang gusto ko siyang groupmate.
Wait, bawal kay Angelina Jolie yung pangat na extra. It's in her contract. I watched it on E. Kasi daw, it distracts people from the main character.
Bawal ang pangit na extra?
Naka-specify sa kontrata niya. Bawal.
Nagugulo yung harmony, gano'n.
Oo.
Ay, pangit!
Nagaling, no? Wala lang.
Okay.
Do you know how some people they say in their contract na, okay, M&M's, only red M&M's.
Yeah.
Kay
Okay.
Angelina Jolie, her contract specifically says, bawal ang Tagalog na
Tagalog yung kontrata ni Angelina Jolie. Okay.
Really? I'll research that. Okay.
Sabi niya, sa
Parang
next
walang
contract
naniniwala
ko.
kay Lynn.
Oo nga. Di ba ako believable?
Okay, next. Okay, this is at Xtina Superstar.
Oh, it is? Why is she blonde? Okay, she's not blonde anymore now, but oh yeah, she walked for Kermit Tesoro, another a designer, gay male designer. Xtina Superstar. Well, I actually don't know her real name, but she's Xtina Superstar on social media, and she's a transgender. As in, really pretty, hot, long hair, really always goes out wearing dresses. Talagang babae siya talaga. And she's very well loved in the fashion community. Ganyan, imagine She walked
Correct.
for, I don't know if she was the first. I think she was probably the first in Philippine Fashion Week to walk the runway. And she was well
Wow.
applauded. And also this month, she also broke barriers. Preview magazine has an annual best dressed list, and she made it this year. So she is one of those people in local society continuing to at least try to break barriers. Sila din yung, it's also in their group na they have another friend, Shahani Ganya, who holds parang a ball every year. Not naman a pageant, but like, yeah, there's a ball every year na their barkada, anyone in the LGBT community and straight people who support them are always invited. They also have friends who, alam mo yung issue ng mga nagdadesire to enter bars? I don't know if you've heard of that.
No,
But
what's that?
ang
Yeah.
dami
Recent,
recently.
no?
What's that?
There was
Sorry.
a few bars in
Ortigas.
Makati. There was one yata in Resorts World. Basta there's a few bars na denied access because nga kita na transgender.
What?
Yeah, would you
Why?
believe?
Why is
And
it
bars,
an issue?
not
It's
even like-
2013!
Yeah, so it
What?
became an issue, but then
What? But
I don't know, maybe
grounds?
not dressed properly.
Wow!
And in all fairness,
This is unbelievable.
In all fairness to the bar owners, when they heard about it, they immediately
Got mad.
apologized.
Okay,
It was really
good.
the staff na parang
Pagkakamali.
nag-implement. So, yeah. So, Xtina and her whole group, you rock. So, yeah.
Okay.
Akala ko nga international, sabi ko, akala ko
Oo,
ba
sabi ko,
local?
Okay, next.
Okay,
Aw.
then this is mine.
This is like, true. Okay, sa'yo na.
Sa akin siya. Okay. Wango Galiaga, for those of you, what I like about his story is that he's not just raising awareness about LGBT rights, but he also came out about a very important topic, which is the rise of HIV in the Philippines. So Wango came out and said, I'm HIV positive. And a lot of it was because parang lack of, I guess, education or the feeling of invincibility that it can't happen to me.
Yeah.
So I think what's groundbreaking about this, first of all, it's very taboo still in the Philippines to talk
Oh,
about
gosh, yeah.
HIV cases. We always say that it's something that's happening in Thailand or in the US or in Africa, but for us,
Or if it happens in the Philippines, it's not gonna happen to someone I love.
yeah,
You
parang
know,
we
it's not
all-
gonna happen to my brother. It's not gonna
Correct.
happen to.
And here, it's so sad because our culture always thinks na it's you got HIV because you're immoral.
or you're dirty.
Yeah.
Or
So, I think what I like about him yun nga is parang again, he's breaking barriers. This is a very important issue and he has allowed himself to be the face of it.
And this was like, gosh, he came out, what, 5-ish
Maaga,
years ago?
oo.
Yeah.
How many years ago na it was not even not thinkable. Now kasi, at least we're a little more open.
Totoo.
I think pre-social media pa siya lumabas eh.
Yes.
So parang, it was such a brave move and I think this campaign, di ba, has helped probably so many people feel hindi ako nag-iisa. Parang-
Correct. And I think for him also ngayon, it inspired a lot of people also to come out and say, hey, I'm also going through the same thing. What can you guys do to protect yourselves from
I
it?
think more than coming out, it's the behavior also that he was pushing for na kasi he would talk about promiscuity at the time that before he found out that he was HIV positive. So he was not talking about anything moral. He was not, hindi siya nagpapaka mag-out kayo kasi
Yeah,
it's
right.
the right thing to do. He was talking about it in the sense na be safe because this can happen to you. This is a health issue and it's important.
And another important thing about Wango is that he actually inspired Nicolo Cosme's campaign for the Blow Me campaign and the Project Headshot Clinic. Nicolo
Here,
Cosme,
Red
the Red Whistle. So can we show it? Yeah, there.
Yay, Nicolo.
So this campaign is about raising awareness on HIV. HIV and AIDS, and it was Nicolo Cosme, who is a fashion photographer, who really pushed for that, inspired by Wango. So there, that concludes our top 5.
5 na ba yun?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 No, that was 4. Was that 4 or 5?
5.
Oh, 5.
Hindi na tayo marunong magbilang.
I don't know how to count.
Okay, and when we return, we're going to have one of the recent icons, wow, icon, who has made history, in the University of the Philippines. And we're going to talk about legislation and other issues surrounding the LGBT community. So stay tuned.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a game Chubby Bunny, but
What's like?
have you played Chubby Bunny before?
No.
You put a marshmallow in your mouth, you say Chubby Bunny, and you keep putting it in your mouth, and you keep
Okay.
saying Chubby Bunny.
Okay,
Whoever
let's do
can
it.
fit the most in their mouth wins. But we're not gonna say Chubby Bunny. We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you, okay ka na ba?
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, okay na, okay na.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
2 at a time.
Alright, we're gonna do this time. Okay ka na ba? What?
Okay na, okay na.
Good.
I just saw it.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na, okay na.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na, okay na.
What? Okay. No, that's disgusting. Then the maid got jaundice. Jaundice is different from jaundice. Jaundice is buntis, like that. But she does not. Tirsa? Tirsa! Anyway, jaundice does not know. This is professional show. I will put the merienda here. So jaundice, and I'm now happy to present to you Carlo Tayo. Halika dito, te! Tabi tayo! Gusto mo ng snacks? Ano ba to? Ganyan ba yan? Tapos?
Ang puti, mama.
Ay, tapos, dito ba? Pwede ba dyan?
Pwede. Concealer. Yan na, para sa show mo ha, oh.
Aray ko, amayaya ba? Pwede ba itong ano? Zora, pang ano ba to? Oil absorbing? Pwede ba itong pang nose line?
Tita Kay, may caution.
Caution! Caution! Basta ng glamour, te!
When used for the first 2 weeks, more pimples will appear. Burahin na sila. Sorry, ma'am. Ito talaga.
Hindi, bago yan. Don't worry.
Buti ako sa mata lang. Hindi naman nagkakap yun. Dapat pala caution muna yung pinasa natin.
Join your host Carrots Nazareno on Live Love Lols every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Today we have the first transgender chairperson of the University of the Philippines Student Council, and she is also the chairperson of the Student Council Alliance of the Philippines.
Shelly Esguerra.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Heart Diño.
We're having a coffee break. Thank you.
Beauty queen.
So welcome. It's nice to have you. Now let's talk about let's try to segue from our top 5. So who's your icon that parang inspired you or
To take a,
leap?
more active stand.
Well, he's currently now a commissioner in National Youth Commission. His name is Percival Sendanya. Actually, he is the first openly gay chairperson in UP din naman. So, ever since, parehas kaming organization UP Babaylan, and he's actually mentoring me and saying na, okay, push, tumakbo ka lang dyan, whether or not manalo ka or matalo. It's actually a statement saying na, you know, even if you're a transgender, you can actually make barriers and actually lead the whole university. So, actually, very motherly yung tingin ko sa kanya because he really inspires me in everything I do. And until now, he still guides me in everything I do sa Student Council Alliance of the Philippines.
You seem to be a very confident person, but I'm sure that throughout, when you were
I'm
growing
sure
up,
that you're not.
judging. Judgy
If confident ako, siguro wala akong blazer.
I love it. Mapapakita ka rin ng balikatan si Shelly.
But I'm sure growing up, it was difficult for you. So can you, because I read earlier that, you got a lot of criticism. And so how do you deal with that? And
Before talaga, sobrang hard because you have to really do like 200% to be at par with other students at school. And sometimes
This is elementary and
elementary and
high
high
school.
school. And also parang you really have two identities eh. Parang pagdating mo sa house, like lalaki ka talaga, like I'm stiff, I'm the son. And then when I go out of the house, yun na yung pwede na ako mag-lipstick, pwede na ako mag-makeup, and then yung sa mga barkada ko, landi-landi na, ganyan. Landi-landi na. So, ganyan. So, dual identity talaga siya. And it's hard kasi sometimes when there's like school events, I really don't like to invite my parents kasi nga yung mga classmates ko, they're threatening minsan na parang, I'll tell your parents na ganyan-ganyan.
Single out you.
Oo,
ganyan.
so parang ako talaga, I don't want to invite my parents kunyari field demonstration or graduation. I really don't want because I had a trauma before na first communion pa lang. And then, yung partner ko, she told me that parang, asan yung belo mo? So ako parang, oh my gosh, ano yung dad ko, tsaka mom
Pati ng
ko.
partner.
So,
First communion, mga grade 2.
mga grade 3, ganyan. So parang
Pati ng
sabi ko,
partner.
grabe siya, no?
If you don't mind me asking, do you have a male name? I mean, lalaki name. And panglandi-landi.
No, your real name is Gabrielle.
Yeah, Gabriel Paolo.
My friend kasi has, di ba? Iba yung sa bahay na pangalan, iba yung pangalan sa labas.
Yung pangalan ko sa labas, it's really Gabriel Paolo. And then yung high school lang, it turned to Heart because
Yun.
may barkada kami, parang siya si Bianca Gonzalez. Siya si
May LGBT icon din.
Sorry, just to segue, dream ko yun dati na sa gay pageant magka-Bianca
Oh my
Gonzalez. Kasi
gosh.
di ba laging
That
iconic
is-
mga...
Ann
Oo,
Curtis.
may Ann Curtis, Angel Locsin, laging may mga Kring Gonzalez, mga...
Correct.
Sobrang
Meron
lagi
pa rin.
dream ko na sana may Bianca Gonzalez. Ayun lang.
Ayan na.
Ayan na, meron ka pa na.
Siguro
Okay, so
kaya
ikaw.
kasi medyo chisay ka.
Yeah, ikaw yung
Feeling ko kasi
chinita.
kama ako si Heart.
Matawagan nga si Chids.
And then when did you have the courage to your parents na
Na
parang,
to admit.
Actually, I didn't really have the courage to admit it sa parents ko because I really don't want to, I'm afraid of the consequences of rejection. Baka it might lead nga sa hindi na sustentuhan eventually. But there was a time that my advisor in high school, there's actually a PTA meeting, and she told my mom na parang, do you know your son is was wearing lipstick?
Tribida si teacher.
now.
She's streaking around the corridors with his friends and so on and so forth. And then pagdating sa house, doon na yung kinonfront ako ni mom. So ako talaga personally, ayoko mag-come out, pero sabi ko baka ito na yung right time for me to say it because baka wala na akong ibang opportunity to say it. And
Baka
then
naman i-deny mo pa.
Okay,
Sinubukan na ng teacher mo.
What was the reaction of your
Mahiligan lang ako
parents?
babae.
actually, she cried kasi sabi niya ever since naman she knew. But she is actually denying it to herself naman. Parang ganun. Kasi actually sabi niya, she's okay with it. Kaya lang daw, she knows daw kasi yung lives ng mga tito ko, mga friends sa before na it's sad. Kaya parang happy lang kapag bata ka. But when you grow up, parang mag-isa ka na lang, tatanda ka mag-isa. So, ganun siya. And parang yung how people will treat me outside daw, yun siya yung kinakabahan. Pero she's okay with it.
Actually, I have a lot of friends also na ganun yung story nila na more than the parents not wanting na hindi ka baklaan. More than that, it's the ayaw nilang saktan ka ng ibang tao. Ayaw nilang i-judge ka, ayaw nilang maltreat ka, ayaw nilang may sakit
Masaktan
sa'yo.
ka,
In fact,
oo.
may one friend na general yung tatay. General! Tapos bakla yung anak, gano'n. Sobrang siya na-touch kasi the dad said, pag may sumakit sa'yo, upakan ko. Gumanon na rin lang. And so,
that's
gusto
such a nice
niya.
story.
So, parang yeah.
And you've been fighting for LGBT. You were head of the gender committee of the student council
Yes.
before, and then you were also an active member of Babaylan.
Yes, yung Babaylan.
Could you talk about the things that you guys are fighting for, or
Well, in UP Dalaman, actually, we see it naman as a blessing to be part of UP because UP is very open. We
Yeah.
have institutions like Diliman Gender Office, we have UP Center for Women's Studies, and actually they're actually building now Center for LGBT Studies.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So actually now in UP Babaylan and USC Gender Committee, what we do is actually we try to come up with different activities, campaigns that really promote equality and non-discrimination, not just in UP but also in other schools as well. Like in UP Babaylan, we try to organize different LGBT groups in different campuses, in different universities, like in UE, in FEU. But
In UST, I'm curious.
I think meron May
Okay.
nag-contact sa amin before. But, you know, we understand naman if hindi siya maging ma-recognize because underground lang talaga dapat supposed to be. Parang, kasi maka-compromise yung studies minsan nila, yung welfare ng students if they come out sa, for example, sa UST. So, we're okay na mag-organize kayo underground as long as you know how to fight with it. You educate the students kung ano nga ba yung rights nila because there are certain rights being violated na parang since kasi diba, yung gender discrimination, sobrang tagal na siya. So parang kami, okay lang kasi bakla ako. Parang tinatanggap mo lang siya kasi parang, bakla ako. Parang, kaya siya na-experience, normal lang to sa akin. Pero we're actually telling them na, no, it's not normal.
It's not okay.
It's not okay na parang awayin ka or parang hindi mo ma-access yung mga rights supposed to be you're enjoying because of their sexual orientation and gender identity. And actually, we try to also to educate them about you know, what is SOGI, what is sexual orientation and gender identity. Because in the Philippines kasi, the context of LGBT, hindi siya ganun hindi ganun kataas yung awareness natin lahat. In the Philippines, it's actually girl, boy, bakla, tomboy lang. So if you're like me, no, I'm bakla na nagpapagirl. Kapag transgender male ka, tomboy ka lang. So ganun lang. If hindi ka ganun, baka butiki baboy. Parang ganun lang siya. So, ngayon, we're trying to talk about
Girl, boy, bakla, tomboy, butiki baboy.
yung talking about yung for example gay. Pag gay male ka, doesn't mean na you have to wear high heels, yung
makeup,
o yung sexual orientation different siya sa gender identity, different sa gender expression. So hindi siya possible hindi siya mag-match, parang ganon. And then yung transgender is about gender identity na your gender expression does not actually fit or yung dun sa expected na gender identity mo or expression dun sa because of the sex na nabigay sa'yo at birth. So, yun.
Could you talk about the anti-discrimination bill? Because it's something that has been...
Parang ang dami ko na sinabi.
Ikaw naman yung guest!
Your time to shine.
Okay, so could you tell us about that? Because I know that the LGBT community has been sort of fighting for that.
Actually, yung anti-discrimination bill, it was first filed in 1999 by Akbayan. It actually, it's actually an act promoting equality and actually criminalizes discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. So, focus siya in protecting yung rights sa LGBT, sa workplace, sa community, sa school, at saka sa access sa healthcare. Because a lot of instances na, for example, I had a friend na I think pupunta siya abroad and kailangan magpa-medical, diba? Pero hindi siya medical thoroughly because kasi siya, transgender siya. And then, syempre, maghuhubad ka sa doctor. And then, ang weird. Yung ganun daw i-reaction ng doctor. So, okay na yan.
Wait lang,
so,
hindi
some
siya
of the parts were like, tinik na lang.
Nirush na lang.
Kasi parang uncomfortable yung doctor. So,
That's funny because
Doktor siya.
Doktor siya.
Dok, parang hindi nakahandle ng maraming patay na katawan.
Oo nga. Oh, okay.
So yun, there's also instances that hindi deny, parang I don't wanna treat you kasi there's a lot of, for example, transgender ako na I want to consult about taking hormones, hormonal replacement therapy. But some of but some of the endocrinologists wouldn't, no, I don't want kasi that's against my my principle of treating you because technically you're a male and parang ayokong gawin yan or tulungan ka sa ganyang concept ng transitioning process.
Although, Heart, I saw your photo with Vicky Bello. So could you
Naku, thank you so much. Nilimaid mo yan.
No, because it was a headline and it was a news article.
Yeah.
Heart Diño consults with Vicky Bello, something like that.
It was in People's episode, one of People's episode kasi I'm talking with Sestri doon and then I told her na when I got first job and then yung first month ko we'll go sa breast enhancement. And then, siningit nila dun sa episode na magkakonsult ako with Vicky Bello.
Pero surprise yun.
No, they asked me, parang they want ka. Akala ko nga totoo eh. Actually, sabi nila, papagawa daw talaga nila. But I don't know what happened. So, nag-follow up ako.
Ina-text na si Doktora. Oo.
So, yun.
Wait, so what is getting in the way of that bill being a law?
Of course, the Catholic groups are totally against it, saying na, that's a way, yung mga Catholic groups. Kasi, I went to a committee meeting sa House of Representatives, and I was there with other groups, LGBT groups, testifying na dapat mapasa siya because actually this the mandate of the Congress to have such bill protecting the rights of the people before the law and so on and so forth. And then there are actually Catholic groups who are going against it. Kasi sabi na parang
Under what grounds?
It will promote immorality na it can be treated, that's actually a
Grabe
sickness.
yung it can be treated talaga. I can't believe sinasabi pa.
They
Ako
say,
din.
parang, sorry, I was, sorry, it reminds me lang of something na I was reading, or I posted on my Facebook, na parang, what breeds hate is ignorance, that succumbs to fear. So, sometimes, parang, we hate something because we don't fully understand it. And I must say that I think that's something that constantly happens in the country, especially when it comes, which is a largely Christianized country. Yun nga, parang with issues like this, it can be very sensitive, and a lot of it is because both sides don't talk to each other, so...
Personally, I do respect the stand of the church on LGBT issues because I think that's their task naman talaga to say their stand. And what do we expect naman from an institution based on patriarchy, diba? Sorry lang, diba? I mean, diba? Actually,
No, but actually, it's just ironic kasi some of the most religious people I know are gay. Parang some of the people with the
That's
strongest
true.
Catholic faith I know are gay or lesbian. So,
Sometimes I think kasi we misconstrue it. The church is not supposed to be, or nothing in its teaching say they're against homosexuals. And I think just a lot of people when they interpret it as they're against homosexuals, which when God is love, right?
Exactly, that was what I was going to say na if you really are, I mean, if we stick with the religious basis, the only task of people is to love. And parang everything else falls, wala na yun, ano na lang yun.
Fine print na lang yun.
O, not even fine print na conditional, it's just explaining how to love. But first, you love. Yung ganun lang siya. So, I find it, I really wish for a time, kunyari yung sa anti-discrimination bill, bakit hindi na tayo mang-discriminate ng mga lalaking or taong nambubugbog? Diba? Ng asawa, ng rape, or naninira ng pamilya. This is siguro an opinion, and I'm sorry, I will but hindi kasi siya telling of a character. When you're LGBT, hindi siya yung pagkatao mo. It's just, para mo sinabi, straight yung buhok mo, no? Gusto mo ng babae rin, no? Ganun lang siya.
Yeah.
Why are you going to tell me that I need to be treated, or it's something that, or why will you deprive me of my right to enjoy a relationship just because siya yung gusto ko? Yun lang.
freedom to love.
Correct.
Love does not discriminate.
Oh, di ba nga, when that law was passed in California, for same-sex marriage, the hashtag was love is love.
Yeah.
Because that's really it. Love is love is love is love.
Na-repeal yung DOMA, which is Defense of Marriage Act, which actually naging exclusive sa word na marriage, sa female and male. Actually, the Philippines naman, in terms of same-sex marriage, possible naman siya na mangyari if we can also amend our family code.
Yun nga,
diba?
because the family code defines marriage as a union between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
So if we, want to push for that, we would have to revise nga the family code.
Okay, I have a question. Siguro like before we play a game. There are still people na, yun nga, super straight Catholic, lalaki lang or babae, there's no such thing as gay or mali maging gay. What is one misconception those people have of the LGBT community na kung may isa kang sana, naku, lahat may power ka na mawala na yung iniisip niyong ganyan about the LGBT community? What would that be?
And actually, ito yung sinasabi when confronted with people who are really close-minded na, if you think God is really powerful, why limit God in creating LGBT people like us? As yung kasi sinabi sa akin ng pastor namin when I was in high school, na parang, don't see yourself as less of other people. You are also God creation. Nagkataon lang hindi naiintindihan yun. So I think yun lagi ko sinasabi sa mga, sa mga dogmatic Catholic thingy na, let's not limit God's power. Na parang, diba, if you really, hardcore Christian, believe that God is super powerful, that He can also create LGBT people. Parang gano'n.
So beautiful.
That's beautiful.
I know, biglang sa soundtrack sa ulo ko, Born This Way ni Lady Gaga.
I love that song.
Siguro, like, hard. Actually, before we did the show, I actually called Anna.
She told me.
I told my very Catholic friend over here.
She
called me.
Kasi I was so worried na parang, I belong to a group, it's a Catholic group, and I would say though that I think I was brought up to always employ reason. When it comes, nahihiyak na no, when it comes to my faith. And honestly, kasi this is something na I was telling Anna, this is an issue, a personal issue that I haven't fully ruminated on. Na parang of course there's a conflict, like the same-sex marriage, parang I'm not sure I'm for it.
Yeah.
Just to be honest. And it's not
It's
because...
okay. It's okay to be honest. It's okay to be against.
Be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Parang, I'm not, and I'm saying I'm not sure because again, it's not something I've fully studied. And I
Yeah.
don't want to make parang
A judgment
a
yet.
judgment based on something I don't fully
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
And I guess,
definitely.
I guess I'm appealing to my fellow.
Fellow Catholics.
No, like, I mean, or to everybody. Parang, I think, before we say also that all Catholics are evil.
Which they're not.
They're not.
Definitely
Parang,
not.
or that all Catholics are unreasonable.
Close-minded. They're not.
I think we have
Exhibit A.
I think we have a personal duty, right, to understand where the other person is coming from. Because I think, and you shouldn't, and just because parang you stand for something and the other person doesn't, it doesn't mean that you're right and the other person is wrong.
Tama.
Diba? Parang I think, yeah, so there. But we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And then let the majority, like, because nga if it's a law, if
Let the legislators decide.
I mean, if it's really, because we're in a democratic country, at the end of the day, diba, parang, we have to let them do it. We can lobby for our side, but at the end of the day, we have to also respect the decision of the majority.
Yeah. I understand yung coming ng a lot of people not for same-sex marriage because the discourse on LGBT relationships has not been that comprehensive. So start mo lang siya. So I think I really understand kung why some people are very okay lang maging gay as long as you don't act on your homosexuality. So I really understand that because nag-start po lang yung discourse on LGBT relationships, on same-sex marriage. So eventually, hopefully, people will really have that comprehension kung ano ba yung mga rights na meron sa marriage. Like, for example, yung next of kinship, sa mga life insurances,
Healthcare benefits.
Yeah, because for example, for me, one concrete scenario na I really think that there has to be nga a discussion about it. Is that, for example, if your partner is in the hospital, since you're not family, there are some hospitals that won't allow you to see your partner,
Exactly.
for example. So, I think that has to be brought to
The table.
To the
Or
table.
right,
Not
even
even
protect gay couples with children.
Correct.
Yeah.
Is yun, sobra din yun.
Not even kasi yung pagbabayad. Paano kung kunyari partners kami? Tapos, nagkasakit ako. Siya yung may healthcare. Sino magbabayad pag nanganak ako? Wow! Nagkaanak pa kami talaga eh.
No, but also even making medical decisions on behalf of your partner.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
You don't get those rights if you're not legally recognized by the state.
So if anyone wants to like little Beckling watching or someone in the closet or
Beckling.
There's so many cute little Becklings. Yeah. Or anyone from the LGBT community who wants to support your cause or where should they?
For those people who want to support our cause or want to join UP Babaylan, just follow us, on Facebook. Like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/UPBabaylan, or follow me on Twitter at Heart Diño.
At Heart Diño. Okay.
Message her on Twitter.
Sabi nga ni Luwalhati Bautista, nagko-quote, hanggat hindi mo naiintindihan, huwag mong huhusgahan. Sa bata-bata, paano ka ginawa? Okay, game na.
Game.
Ay, game.
I'm waiting.
Okay, super bilis lang nito. It's basically charades! It's a specific category. All our movies, whether local or foreign, na has some sort of gay theme or story.
Okay, so I'm gonna transfer there because you guys are the one.
You're gonna act for anime.
Okay.
Oh no guys, I'm magaling Marte.
Okay, exchange tayo.
Sana I get the easy titles.
Okay.
Who's
Ano?
first?
So ganito,
Who was the
tayo yung
timer?
mag-guess for Team Coffee
Who
Break.
was the
Tapos
timer?
sila,
Can
ako.
you open your timer, please? Okay, mauna na ako.
Oh, sige,
Mauna na
mauna
lang ako. Natakot ako eh.
Uy, kundi may mga mahirap.
Okay, ready?
By the way, while we were making this, Bianca and I realized that there has to be more
Okay, we
movies.
googled movies with gay themes sobrang konti.
Yes.
As in, it was so difficult. So yeah, anyway.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Okay, this is us ha.
3 words. English. First word. Me.
Ako.
I.
Ay.
Myself. Me. My. Second word. Friend.
My best
friend's
wedding.
My best friend's wedding. Okay.
Three words. English. Third word. Cry. Second word. Don't cry.
Boys, don't cry.
Ah, galing! Pico siya reads master.
Two words. English.
10 seconds.
Second word. Rainbow.
Brokeback Mountain.
Oh my God!
My master dito.
Okay, good job! Na-pressure ako! Hindi ko
Okay, go, go.
Para manalo naman kami.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Okay.
One word. 2 syllables.
Stonewall.
First syllable. Duck, chick. Bird, bird. Bird. Bird.
Bird flu.
Birdcage.
Good.
Nasaan na ang timer?
Wala, ayan.
Okay.
3 words.
Second word. Cry. Boys crying.
Okay.
Third word. Cry ladies. Ay, Jack and Paul? Ladies?
Crying game. Crying game.
Yay!
Hindi ko alam kung ano yun.
Okay.
Second word. 2 words.
Hair.
10 seconds.
Black.
Strands. Black.
Black Swan.
Okay, we need a tiebreaker. Oh my
Okay, may acting ka.
Oh my gosh, natira yung mga... Okay.
Okay.
Okay, tiebreaker. So you guys are gonna act at the same time.
Yeah, we will act at the same time.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Wait lang, hindi count.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait lang.
Ang grabe.
Beauty and the Beast. Okay. Ready, set, go.
7 words!
Tagalog.
Fourth word. Hi, puso.
Seventh word.
Pag-ibig.
Hair. Best friend. Ano yan?
Kaibigan.
Sixth word.
Kaibigan.
Ikaw.
Ate.
Talabuyo. Ate. Anak.
Ay po.
Ibang words.
Tayo.
Inaanak.
Fourth word. Heart. Puso.
Mahal.
Damdamin.
Me. Ako.
Pag-ibig.
Ikaw.
Gusto.
Suyo. Irog. Puso. Dibdib.
English, heart, love.
Third word.
Love.
Okay.
In.
In my heart.
In seventh word.
In my heart there is hair.
In my heart there is black. Guys, see it na. Please. Ano na?
Ang hirap! This guy's in love with you, Mare.
Pare!
Mare, the movies, Mare.
Nakaka-lurky!
Okay, so, sorry.
Mare.
Ang hirap! Ito, Black Swan yun eh, Black Swan.
Sana isa na, milk. Sayang. Sana milk na lang. Mas madali.
By the way, idea ni Bianca yung disguise in love with you.
Eh, kasi kulang ng movies. Kulang ng movies with LGBT themes.
Sorry, hindi kayo
Okay.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. No one wins this week. So, Heart, thank you again again for joining us. I feel like sobrang short ng time. I mean, we could have talked about so many other issues. So, you should come back. Wow.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so again, if you want to follow Heart on Twitter, it's at Heart Diño. And on Facebook, search UP Babaylan. Any last words? Any events that you want to plug? Or
We're actually having the Youth Sauna, the Student
Okay.
Council Alliance of the Philippines. So, ano gusto nyo marinig sa darating na sauna ni Pangulong Pinoy? So, tweet us your answers at SCAP National or send your letters to Pinoy at youthsauna@yahoo.com.ph.
Okay, that's
Thank you.
youthsauna@yahoo.com.ph.
Bongga.
so again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week when we talk about midlife crisis. Okay, bye. See you next